Hey, what is going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with Marvel Strike Force's newest character here, being Absorbing Man, now joining the MCU universe in the game. So, as you guys can see here, he is going to be part of that Masters of Evil Cosmic Crucible team. We're going to be definitely deep diving his kit as well. Tons and tons of things to go over in terms of the patch. So I'll have to make a separate video in regards to everything that's changed overall. But we're going to be deep diving his kit, doing the Red Star Orbs opening, as well as preemptively taking a look at what the T4s look like, Iso-8 potentially for this powerful character. And he is going to be part of a legendary unlock as well, guys. So keep that in mind. They've already confirmed that Masters of Evil will be required for a future legendary character, whomever that may be. That said, what he's going to be bringing to the table is armor and resistance, absorbing enemy attacks, clearing effects. On spawn, he also has taunt in all game modes, so it's one of his key notable effects. He also does heal on blocks and grants additional resistance for the team, in addition to counters and support. So we can see here that how we're going to recruit him is actually through these materialistic orbs, as well as an upcoming Crusher of Heroes event. We haven't had a campaign event for quite some time, so it'll be interesting if this is going to be tied to that. But as always, with any new character coming into the game, we got to take advantage of the 15% limited time increased promotion here of just getting a higher red star if we can. So that said, we've been amassing quite a bit nowadays, especially we haven't had a red star orb opening quite a long time. So let's get right into it, guys. Before you do it, just remember with Titania that we always want to double check that the percentage 15% is actually in play. So if you scroll to the bottom from hitting the eye additional details, we do see that Absorbing Man does have the 15%, so good to go there. 112 orbs. You know, I want to start maybe with a 3, potentially a 2 or 3 red, and go from there, because we just don't know how powerful this team's going to be on WoW. So now I start getting the good pulls here for the characters that are no longer featured. But I mean, yeah, it's always good to get at least a 2 or 3, just because it's easier later on using the silver promotions to actually bring them up, right? And at least in the meantime right now, we are taking advantage of some of the duplicates that come about. But yeah, I know it's always kind of a balancing act, because like to use the Elite 4 or not, I know that's always like, you know, some folks like to save it, and then that way they can use these for obviously the dark promotion. But it's back and forth. We have so much of these reds too that it just makes it easier. If we don't have any good luck, we could definitely switch gears here. Boom, that is exactly what I want. So persistence does pay off there with the 4 red. Pretty happy with that. And again, we resume the hoarding game, because we've seen now that the game can be quite unpredictable in the sense that you just never know what you're going to need. For instance, we have a gold orb opening event coming up soon, so I'm definitely going to be making a video on that to see how that's going to be contributing to my alliance there. As you can see, over 100 saved. It's definitely going to help in terms of the points. Hopefully you guys are saving up as well. And we do now have the official level 90 bypass, so now we can go up to level 95, guys, so keep that in mind. Anyways, Masters of Evil requirement for legendary, excuse me. We know Titania is coming now as part of the monthly event. I opened actually up a couple of power cores just to hit the milestone previously to unlock Agent Venom. We got Ultron, who's already been in the books for quite some time. Kang the Conqueror and Moonstone's also upcoming. So let's break down Absorbing Man, see how he's going to fit, as well as assess, you know, how is his abilities going to benefit the rest of the team with the Iso-8 synergy. So Break Bash is his basic attack. You can see here, he's going to be copying and clearing positive effects. This does exclude stealth and taunt. Leveling this ability up, if the primary target does have vulnerable, he's going to be gaining deflect. So you really want to use his basic attack to any enemies that do have that vulnerability, so that way you can take advantage. The T4ing here absolutely is really good, because it allows him to gain actually up to 2 deflects, up to maximum 5 with T4 upgrade. So I mean, that right there already is pretty good reason to T4. But let's take the rest of the special and ultimate and passive and see what is going to be the most beneficial for him. But I do love his skin. It's going to be really cool to use him in the team. Wrecking Ball is a special ability here, copying and clearing 2 negatives from all Masters of Evil allies to himself, as well as flipping negatives to positives. So it's almost kind of like a self-cleansing mechanic. He's also going to be applying offense down to the primary target, so a little bit of supportive capabilities there. Clearing taunts from all allies and gaining taunt to soak up damage. Offense down does last for 2 turns as we bring this up. In Cosmic Crucible, he's going to be gaining taunt for 2 turns instead. So that's where the benefit's going to come outside of the other game modes within Cosmic Crucible. And with the T4 here, he's going to be copying and clearing all negative effects. So for this reason, it's a selfless ability in terms of being able to soak up everything. 100% this needs to be T4'd, because it actually does apply even outside of Cosmic Crucible, which means he's going to be adding value in all game modes for this team specifically. Diamond in the Rough being his ultimate ability. He's going to cleanse negative effects from himself. In Cosmic Crucible, he does have a heal actually, and I'm going to assume this is actually going to be applying to his teammates, but let's see what it does. Leveling this ability up, the number of negative effects from self does get cleansed higher. Level 6 is good value because it cleanses everything. And then lastly, adding the most damage here for the T4, but as well applying deflect and immunity to himself and Masters of Evil, ensuring that their positive buffs do stay put, as well as not being able to get inflicted by negative conditions. So I mean, not as good as Safeguard, obviously, but I mean, at the end of the day, when you have immunity, at least they're protected from negatives, right? So, and the deflects do help shy away from damage as well, so that's huge here. The value he's going to be bringing 100%. Although this is specifically targeted at Cosmic Crucible, I do like that notable increase in damage as well. So it's really good. If you are planning to use this team in Cosmic Crucible, for sure, this is without doubt should be T4ing. Otherwise, I would stop at level 6 because that's still excellent value, being able to cleanse all from the aim target. And then last but not least, guys, Hardened Criminal is his passive ability. On spawn, he's going to be gaining taunt. Again, this is going to be in all game modes. When his character HP drops below that 15%, he's going to be filling up his speed bar and clearing the taunt, so that way he doesn't get targeted. He also gains additional armor and resistance. In Cosmic Crucible, this is up to even more with that percentage rate. Additionally, what is also going to be added to his passive is when he gets attacked, he's also going to be copying and clearing positive effects. This again excludes the stealth and taunt, so that way it ensures it's all the other real buffs on the team. He's also going to be gaining defense up, so that's a little different mechanic that we haven't seen from other characters that are in that defensive nature. Level 4, level 5 specifically apply only in Crucible. They gain additional resistance, and as well that additional counter to Titania. And surprisingly not the rest of the team, just Titania, so they're going to have that little synergy there. It makes sense to bring it up to level 4, only bring the T4 up to level 5 if you guys are planning to bring him up for Cosmic Crucible. Otherwise, you can just be more conservative with his ultimate and passive. That said, I think the ultimate assessment then for his basic is that I think you should bring this up then. His basic and special are definitely key outside of the Cosmic Crucible, applicable to all game modes, whereas his ultimate and passive, bring them up only if you're planning to bring him up into Cosmic Crucible, because they're getting a lot of value right now, especially with the buffs happening with Season 2. That said, guys, he's going to be a very spongy character in terms of soaking up damage. Healer or a Fortifier does really make sense on an Absorbing Man, just because it's going to increase his potency, but I think I'm leaning more towards the Fortifier because he doesn't actually have healing, with the exception of, I believe it was his ultimate ability here, where in Crucible specifically, he does heal for 20%. So a Fortifier probably makes the most sense, unless you see that the team needs more vulnerables being applied. Then otherwise, a Skirmisher, potentially a Raider, but he's not going to be doing a lot of damage. He's more single target and really aiming to soak damage. So by bolstering his defensive capabilities with Fortifier, he's going to be lasting longer and ultimately being able to soak up even more damage, playing his role as the protector for this team, in my honest opinion. So Fortifier does make the most sense from my preemptive assessment right now. Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. I'm curious what you think, but hopefully you got good red stars on him as well, and we'll see what the events upcoming for him, as well as the rest of the update. Thank you as always. Do appreciate you checking my videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.